into authentic conversations about ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us, from personal growth to social change. So grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation.
And I feel like they talked about me really bad. I was like, I might as well go back.
And how old were you when you went back?
I was 13.
And what happened the day you came back?
He was like shocked that I came back. And I was like, you don't remember me? You remember me? And he acted like he did not remember me. But he told me that he was supposed to kill me. And he kept me. He took me in public to parties, like elite parties. He kept me around, and whatever they was doing to me, they were mad because it didn't work. It didn't work on me, like my memory. I still have memory. And it didn't work, and the elite people were mad that it didn't work.
And is this leading up to the incident where you were on the stage and you defecated?
Yes, I did. What happened with that issue, Aretha Franklin was there, and I drank some of the champagne. Me and other black guy, which was another person that was supposed to be a ghostwriter, we thinking it's BCB powder, and we drunk it, and then we had to go to the restroom instantly. And everybody was everywhere having freak off fun. So the restroom was full with people, and he found me. He was like, I've been looking for you. Get on the stage. And when I got on stage, I couldn't hold it. So I'm up there dancing, like, ooh, just dancing around, and I'm using it on myself because he wouldn't let me go. He wouldn't let me go to the restroom, and that was a humiliating feeling right there, because everybody just looking at me like, oh, I hear people saying she stinks, and like, oh, she nasty, like, is she just gonna keep dancing? And I remember Denzel Washington was like, you don't have no respect for nobody, and him and his wife left. So there was a lot of people, a lot of celebrities there.
She's saying to be her.
And did he punish you after that?
Yes.
How?
I got beat up, and then after that, I remember seeing me and Miss English. I remember waking up. She was just out there like this out of there, and I remember yelling, help me, but she couldn't get up. She couldn't move. She was out of there. We were just both out of there, and it was like a line. It had to be like more than 100, 200 people was in a line, like a cafeteria. One line was this way, one line was this way. Like they're going to us, and everybody having sex with us at the party. And there's had to be more than 200 people, 150 people.
So was Miss English going through a lot of the same things as you? We did have her on the channel. She described some horrific stuff.
She wasn't there with me when I was in the tunnels and all that other junk. She was there that incident, but she was willing to come dance because he already knew she was a porn star. So what happened was they set me up. They sent me on her. She was working at a club, and they told me to give her this money and tell her I choose up with her. So I gave her the money, and she took me back with her. And I remember being with her, reporting to him everything that I saw. He'll give me money to give to them, because the dude that she was with, he was more like a pimp in my eyes. And after all that happened, I remember he beat me up and he wanted me to do something. And I told him I didn't want to do that. And I was like telling her, like, I want to go back home. I'm only 13. Can you please take me to the police station or something? I just want to go home. I don't want to be around this no more. And she was spooking. She was like, does Anthony know? And I was like, no. And she was like, well, just keep saying you're 17. And she went and told Anthony, she was like, tell him everything you said to me. Like, she was mad. And I told him, and then Anthony came up with the idea of how this is leverage to where he can get his modeling. And then when she took me back to Diddy, I was crying. I was telling her I didn't want to go back, but she dragged me. We went back.
I will
whatever.
And take a restroom break.
I remember her being like, we got this on camera. We recorded this. If we don't make it back, it's going to be the police station and on the internet. And then Diddy was all like, oh, ain't nobody ever came up against me. She Diddy. And he was all like, and you're a fucking, sorry. He was like, you're an effing snitch. And he was all like, I want you to know, you come work with me or whatever, and I'll put you on payroll. And then she was all like, okay. And she negotiated for Anthony to come work for her too, to come work for P. Diddy. And after that happened, I remember I wanted to go back with her, but he said I couldn't go back, but I had to stay there. And I remember getting beat up. And then he only brought me out when it was time to do parties. I couldn't be around or be out. But I remember when the girls got paid, I used to be like, where my money? And he'd be like, I took you shopping earlier. But I wanted to buy like tennis shoes, Jordan. He made me buy heels, and I really didn't know how to walk in heels. And I was like, he said I was being ungrateful or whatever. So he never let me out until it was time for the after parties to the freak offs.
And what was the difference between a regular party and an after party?
The regular party, it'd be like people be there with their children, the kids be there, and it still be naked people around, but the kids, it'd be like the kids, everybody outside, no one is having an orgy. It was like different levels.
So in the after party, it was just full on, anything went.
Yeah. Everybody on everybody, girls on girls, guys on guys, guys on kids, kids on kids. It was everything.
And is this around the time there was a plan to get you pregnant?
I was pregnant a lot throughout that time. I have scars, but when I went to the doctor as a grown woman now, I only have one child. I had him normal. The doctor said that he told me that they was going to take my organs because my C-section started from my chest, which you can see I still have a black scar. Like I have a dark scar right here from my chest all the way down. That's how they cut me. I remember waking up looking at my insides. That's how they cut me. I got pregnant multiple times, but I told him, like, because it got to the point where I started seeing spirits, because we was into that cult stuff. He was using me to see the spirits and talk to the spirits. And I told him if he killed me or if he killed another baby, that he was going to die. And when he took that last baby out of me, he said, I'm giving you a chance. I'm going to name you Chance. But that didn't happen. Hold on.
Okay. Shot at with his pants up. So are we. We are listening to the alleged encounters that Lamisha, a Diddy alleged victim, is saying about her um, you know, rape and assault and abuse and everything. She was alleged, as she's saying, to be trafficked by Sean Diddy Combs.
That didn't happen to 2000, what, at 2006, 2005, around that time when I got back home. That didn't happen to then. But throughout the other times, I can't really discuss. I don't want to go into too much details. But the way that Adrian told my story, she jumped everywhere. But it's a lot in between then.
Did you say that some of the girls were so damaged by this that they can't get pregnant now? The bodies are damaged inside?
Yes, they can't have kids because they were sticking knives. My uterus is real thin. Like, I can get pregnant, but every time I get pregnant, I'll lose it. Like, since I've been away and been grown, every pregnancy I have, I lose it because my walls are so thin from what they have done to me.
And was Ali Carter one of those people who was going through these horrific things at this time?
Yes, I had caught on through her.
That's another.
She had told me,
Ali Carter.
She had told me to the things that they were doing. They were experimenting on us, doing snuff films. You know what that is, right? They was doing that on us, and she told me I'll never get wet. So she said, start getting wet from it, and they will stop doing it to me. So I had to make myself like it, and got wet, and then they stopped doing that to me.
And this is quite graphic, viewers, but you know.
And I always thought Ali Carter was older than me because her survival mode. I always thought she was older than me, but I never knew I was older than her.
In one of your other interviews, you said something about they were forcing young girls to squirt, and then that juice was used for certain purposes.
Yes, it was celebrities in their award gowns. It was them. I remember one person pooped on the floor, and I remember my first time going through that experience when I had to go through that experiment that they do. I don't know what this has to do with money, music, anything. That's what I never could get. And one person boo-booed on the floor. I had to lick it. I rubbed on my body, and if you gag, you get beat with a stick. Now, it's some celebrities that don't want to do anything to children, so they just beat them with a stick. They beat you on your head, beat you in your back, or they ram it in any hole. But they have to do something at these parties. Like, if you in this room, I remember it being a white square room with a dance floor, and it's like the neon lights, like the lights going. And everybody's standing there, and the kids will be butt naked with like a leash on their neck. And whatever, like if a person spit on the floor, you have to lick it or eat it. It's whatever they wanted to do.
People in the chat are asking, Misha, how you got those scars and burns on your arms?
My scars and burns is I covered up a lot of I got a lot of tattoos to cover a lot of my scars up.
And was it from around that time that they were caused?
No, I didn't get these tattoos until I got older. When I got grown, like, I didn't start getting tattoos until I turned 22.
So this second time then, you know, you've gone back, and it's a second time now. How long did this second time last?
3, 4, 5, and a little bit of 6, but I came back home. That's when I went back to high school. And when I went back to high school, all my classmates were in the 11th grade.
So the second time lasted longer than the first time.
Yeah, I was there. I wasn't planning on ever coming back home, to be honest. But he tried to put me, like, I had the baby, his mother, when I had to breastfeed the baby. Sometimes I didn't want to breastfeed her because I was addicted to the drug, and I was feeding for the drug. and I had to bond with the baby. And I just like they never let me bond with the baby when I wanted to. So when they was trying to make me bond with the baby, I didn't want to bond with her. And I didn't want to do that. And I remember slapping his mama because my breast was really sore that day. And she had wanted to.
Let's stop. Okay, let's go on ahead and do a little tea talk on this. So Misha is an alleged Diddy victim. She has came out and said that she was trafficked by Diddy at the age of 10 years old. Misha is alleging that she was something of a songstress and would write beautiful humming, songs. So no, Ella, here, let me open it. Here. You're welcome. Go back up and sit down and watch cartoons. And somehow she was brought into the fold around Diddy, Clive Davis, Harvey Pierre, and because of her talented creative music abilities, right? And so from that point is when she believed in her 10-year-old mind, I don't know where, an authoritative person, a grown person, to protect Misha. However, where was Justin's mom? Where was Usher's mom, right? Where were all the other young musical people that were brought around Diddy, where the parents were not, guarding them as needed, right? I'm going to take a second because I don't know. For some reason, I just be feeling like I can't hear me.
I ran away back to him. I've got some shit to say. She has to take a bottles. For some reason, I just feel like I can't hear me.
Okay, I can. So good. She was taken to, I believe, a studio of some sort where she was then very violently, brutally attacked, physically, sexually, drugged, and then they kept her. No parent, no person of, guardian, caring, authoritative person cared. And so Misha was with Diddy until she was a teenager, where she was trafficked through tunnels, she alleges, where, lots of celebrities took advantage of her. She claims her and other child proteges of Diddy's, other people that are not musical proteges of Diddy's, but were underage minor children. So Misha goes on in other interviews. I do know she says it. Sean Puffy Combs' child, Christian, I believe, is actually her biological son. So we're going to keep listening. At the half point of the interview, I'm going to give my perspective of what I believe. If this is a true, moment of Misha's life, then I gravely, gravely pray that this woman gets all of the healing, all of the love, all of the support, that God wraps her in his bosom, for the rest of her time. And, her life be what it needs to be. From that part of her life being taken away from her, I pray that she's restored to the 10th millionth power. If this story is an alleged story that is made up in complete fiction, I pray that Misha gets the psychological help that she needs, because she's psychologically damaged, in a state that only a psychotherapist or something of the sort can, help restore this woman's soul, mind, and everything else back into a condition of a functional state. Because these things that Misha is alleging happen are only made from nightmares. Okay, you would not wish the things that Misha's saying happened to her while she was allegedly human trafficked by Sean Puffy Combs, Diddy, on your worst enemy. And we all know we have some people in our lives that we hate, we despise, we wish nothing but, nothing good on them. But we don't wish them this level of hurt in life, right? These are some of the things that Misha is describing, and whether they're true or false, I pray this woman gets the psycho, therapy that she needs to bring her back into a place of, knowing herself and going back into her purpose of self-being. Let's continue to listen.
Security guards put me outside. I remember being outside for a couple of days until I walked off barefooted. They put me outside barefooted, and the homeless person gave me his shoes. And I remember telling him, these shoes are too big. And he was all like, well, you don't even have any. And I was all, he had a good idea. And I just took the shoes. I had like some big size 12 shoes on. And I remember one of the security guards picking me up, giving me my pictures from the first time, giving me a stack of papers to give to the police. And I didn't want to turn them papers in, but he told me to turn everything in. So I gave all that to the police. And he gave me, what is that called? The USB thing. Like back in the day, they used to put on like a little chip. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
He gave me that. Yeah, he gave me that. The police watched that. They asked me how did I get this, and I said I stole it. I was told to tell them I stole it. I said I stole it, and I told them to call Damian Williams, U.S. attorney, which and they asked me about Blink Twice. I told them I didn't want no parts, but y'all can make a movie so it could be awareness. I didn't say I sat down and I came up with I said that they came from my police report. I never said I helped write Blink Twice. I just said it was based off my police report.
Misha, Jaguar writes in the chat, she's watching this, she's a friend of the channel and she's been helping a lot of people. Are you okay if she comes in to the live stream and talks to you with us?
Yes, she can.
We're going to stop
with her.
I just want to get your permission for that. And
we're going to stop right there. We don't give Jaguar Wright any airtime on our platform. So that was Misha. Okay. She was an alleged Diddy victim. She dumped a lot onto us. What do you guys think? Is she true in the accounts that happened with her and Diddy? Or do you think that this is something that she fictionally made up from her, hearing things through how we've heard things and that sort of thing? I personally feel that Misha I have a slight maybe this could be true. Maybe. Only because if y'all think that Diddy's, abuse and hurt only, reached as far as celebrities and that was it, no. I'm pretty sure there are some mixed about people that are just regular, everyday, average comer and goers, as we all are, most of us, that are not real celebrities, are his victims, right? And for that being my know-with-all, I feel that maybe she could be, recanting or saying some things that could possibly have happened to her in her life. Okay. It's sad, it's hurtful, it's harmful, it's abusive. I need everybody to please continue to protect your family. Family is the number one thing that you have in this world. Protect it with all of your might. If it happens that you lose sight, or you lose your way, or you lose your understanding, never ever lose the understanding that God can restore back to a being that can love and protect your family. Never ever stop fighting to get back to that point. We love you over here at Tanisha T Talk Sees. This was some type of tea on my type of topics Tuesday. I thank you all for listening. Please support my channel by sending me stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay dipping.